Aditya Rath, partner KPMG, will be moderating the session today. Mr. Ravi Santhanam, Chief Marketing Officer, HDFC Bank. Mr. Hitesh Malhotra, Chief Marketing Officer, Nykaa. And can we have Mr. Manu Monga, Senior Vice President, Axis Bank. And Kishore Reddy, Founder, Gamooga.
What I see is all these things which continue to keep happening across various industries, whether it is part of your industry or not your industry. This is experience which consumers are getting used to. So whichever industry you are in, the consumer is the same. Shreya was talking about people buying shampoos. The same consumer is going to go in the Uber. Same consumer is going to go into somewhere else and do that. The same consumer is going to come into the bank. The same consumer is going to go and do something else in any other industry. They're not going to change. So they're going to expect experience to be the key with whoever they interact. So if you're not going to be an experience-led organization, experience-led business, I don't think you'll be in business.
There's a very important fact which I want to talk about is basically post-sale experience, that is going to define which organization stands out, which one gets shut. In the next 3 to 4 years, you'll pretty much see the organization which do not have good post-sale experience are going to shut off, and the ones that really care through the entire journey of customers, not only worrying about the retention buying, that the same customers coming back, which at Nykaa we focus a lot, but also about how do you maintain one customer view and at the same time cater to that customers and take care through the entire life cycle is going to define the future. Unfortunately, and it's a fact, in e-commerce, the customer life cycle is just looked at a 2-year scenario. So if you go to any other industry like a pharma, it'll be 10 years. Automobile could be like 15 to 25 years, right? And the fact is because there have been a lot of haphazard management in terms of post-sales, and I think any organization that takes care of customers in the next 5 years in the post-sales journey, I think will sustain. So I think that is the real future.
You have the same 24 hours in a day. Your screens are from a single screen to 3 screens, 4 screens per household. Even at a user level, there are now 2 screens. You can do all the sophisticated personalization. You can create the most stunning consumer journeys and experiences for your consumers. But how will you get his attention? And that is where I believe, that is what keeps me up in the night, and which is what we as a category, as an industry are trying to solve for.
We are obsessed with tracking customers' data, his behavior. But essentially what we have to also do now is start tracking how our experience, the brand's experience has been with the customer.
So when you say that, it's just not limited to the fact that you're looking at behaviors, but you're looking at how the brand itself looks from the front, middle and back. Because when you talk delivery, we are opening up a totally different Pandora's box. When you talk of returns in your industry, which is so personalized, did I use the shampoo and then return? Or did I actually return it because of bad quality?
Data is going to do for the whole humanity in general and for marketers in particular is going to be very, very closely watched. I don't think there is no escape for anyone, and we being marketers, we should be very careful about what is the impact that we want to generate. Is it beneficial for your consumer?
So I think first and foremost, we need to align to GDPR and we have to take opt-ins. That is human value, and I think that's ethic. And when we take opt-ins, we should tell them where all the data is being used. And I think all the ethical companies are doing it, and even we want to be there where we will have this notification. We'll say, okay, this is where we want to use it. We want to understand you better, and we want to send you the right marketing signals.
From updating what kind of questions and declaration you're seeking from the consumer when you're onboarding him, to when you're actually managing the consumer's lifestyle and life stage, what kind of consent you manage during that course is what will define how you're able to use data.
Just to add to that, you have these UPI interfaces these days, where you seamlessly move from the app onto the UPI interface. But it's actually very easy to show off a similar screen in an app, and then you can actually spoof it. I'm just giving an example. So things like, if you're actually able to eradicate things like that, or probably, when you're taking permission, it should not actually be done by Nykaa. It should actually be done by a consortium like or a neutral agency which can actually take these permissions and push it onto the blockchain, or even store it at their end, which is government regulated, then it actually makes better sense.
What's your definition of gold standard?
Gold standard is when all the consumers of our bank come back and tell us, you talk with me only when it is actually needed.
I would want to definitely give my right eye to borrow 2 objects from an Amazon and Myntra. Amazon's recommendations top class. It's really good and they know how to go about it. And in Myntra's, again, pair it with recommendations are really, really good. I mean, it's a competitor app, but there's no qualm talking about it.
So a gold standard would be when I can marry the data scientists that we have from in our BIU team and the marketeers to stitch a journey which is led by relevance and context, not so much by sales. And I'll be honest, I don't think any bank is treading that path right now. Can it be solved in 2020? The answer is no. Maybe 25, more like it. But it's a journey. And I strongly believe, whoever has taken a leap in that direction would have a strategic advantage going forward. And that's the gold standard we're trying to solve for, orchestration.
Essentially what I'm trying to say is that there should have been so many micro and nano segments of customers that you can actually send out very personalized, hyper-personalized campaigns, something like the brand affinity campaigns.
Nykaa does, you can say that.
Yeah.
Do something what Nykaa does.